Feeding America is working to change. Each year, the Feeding America network of food banks rescues billions of pounds of good food that would have gone to waste and gives it to families in need. To help, visit feedingamerica.org.
Brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council.
When it comes to parenting, there are no perfect answers. But that's okay, because you don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Teens in foster care will love you just the same.
For more information on adoption, visit adoptuskids.org. A message from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt U.S. Kids, and the Ad Council.
To protect his home and family from disaster, Steve used courage, wisdom, and his camera phone.
That should do it.
Way to go, Steve! By simply taking digital pictures of his family's important documents, Steve can always have them stored safely online, no matter when disaster strikes. Learn other simple ways to protect your home and family before a natural disaster at ready.gov. That's ready.gov. A message from FEMA and the Ad Council.
Why was the basketball court all wet? Because the players kept dribbling on it.
The dad joke. Corny, groan-worthy, but also one of the simplest ways to share a moment with your kids.
What did the buffalo say when he dropped his son off for school? Bye, son.
So take a moment to make your kid laugh, because dad jokes rule. Make your kid laugh today. Go to fatherhood.gov. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
Hi, it's Olivia Munn with my shelter pets, Frankie and Chance, reminding you that when you adopt a shelter pet, you discover all the things that make them unique. Adopt pure love at theshelterpetproject.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council, the Humane Society of the United States, and Maddie's Fund.
Faucet running? That's not a faucet. That's a river rushing through the forest. Forest rivers provide over 100 million people with clean water to drink.
What? I can't hear you because of the vacuum.
That's not a vacuum. That's the trees in the forest cleaning up the air we breathe.
I didn't know the trees were so amazing.
Yep, and the forest gives us shade, trees to climb.
That's awesome. Let's go explore some more.
Visit the forest today and enjoy all it does, just for you. To learn more about the forest and find one near you, go to discovertheforest.org. Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council.
Jill, why don't you tell the class what you did this weekend?
Well, my dad and I went in search of some magical minnows and found a zillion of them in the stream from our lookout rock. Then my sister and I escaped from an evil slug king and went back to my super twig fort for safety. Then we told stories till it got dark, and the Big Dipper led us all the way home.
Wow. Where were you, Jill?
We went to the forest. It's not that far away.
Ask your parents to take you and your friends to the forest this week. It's closer than you think. Check out discovertheforest.org. Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council.
Welcome to Midnight Madness.
I look at Midnight Madness for the novice as the gateway drug to the festival experience.
Midnight Madness, Midnight Madness, Midnight Madness, yeah.
Midnight Madness. You're gonna get it, the Midnight Madness. You're gonna get it, the Midnight Madness. You're gonna get it, the Midnight Madness. You're gonna get it.
And now the Midnight Madness Show. Here's your host, the DJ Doctor.
Well, hello, boys and girls. It's Mark, the DJ Doctor. Kind of a weird night tonight. I don't have anybody in the house sitting next to me for the first time in a long time. So we'd like to say hello to the Colorado kid. Steve is out there in, well, ironically, Colorado. He's at the Colorado Country Music Association Awards banquet that's going on out there, judging that he does. We want to say hello to Misty Dawn out there. So I hope you guys are having fun. I don't know if you're working it, Steve, but we're getting contacts from apparently that area. So you must be talking about us, and we love that. So good luck out there, Steve and Misty. We tickled to death that you guys are all part of our family. I got to say hello to Chris at heatfmradio.com out there in New York. Chris, I hope you're doing well. Thank you for putting us on your show and all that you do for us and for the artists also. And then we got to say hello to alabamajams.com, based out of Muscle Shoals, Florence area down there. Brian will be in your neck of the woods next week at the Helen Keller Festival, reggae on Stone Mountain, or it's something like that. Brian, what's that festival called? Reggae at Stone Mountain, I believe is the festival, just outside of McMinnville.
Reggae at Stonewood.
Stonewood, not Stone Mountain. Stonewood. Thank you for clarifying that. So, want to say hello to my daughter Holly and my granddaughter Amelia. They're in Indianapolis. I love you guys. And I want to say hello to the Velvet One, Miss Rebecca, and I believe Catherine is there at my house tonight. I love you guys. I'll see you later. And then on to Brian, the IT guru. Did I give you enough time, Brian?
Yeah, we're good.
Okay, good. He has all the buttons and stuff he's got to hit and switch to get all this thing working just right. So I try to delay as much as I can. So I could do the weather report if you need me to.
No, that's quite all right.
Yeah, thank you. Let's get right to it. We got a guest tonight that was kind of funny how this all happened. We'll talk about that here in just a moment. But we're going to give it up for Jenny Johnson is here tonight. How you doing, Jenny? Listen to the crowd. Still going crazy in here.
Doing great, Mark. How are you?
Not bad. Here, I'm the only one in the building clapping. It's just so weird. So weird. So, Jenny, we're going to go ahead and have you play a song real quick, and then we're going to get to find out all about who and what you are and what makes you tick.
All right. This one is by Virgil Ishii. He allowed me to play it, record it on my latest album. This is called Life Goes By So Fast.
Okay.
Never had a day I wanted. I got everything I need. Went down to the crossroads, but I couldn't make a deal. Ain't got much money, oh, about to lose my mind. This way we've been living, such a big waste of time. Whole life goes by so fast, and nothing's meant to last forever. Got a few friends to speak up, I count them all on one hand. If I had to tell you why, no, you wouldn't understand. That life goes by so fast, nothing's meant to last. Whole life goes by so fast, nothing's meant to last forever. Went down to the church house, got down on my knees, I cried up to the heavens. I thought he gave up on me, 'cause I know the good Lord watches down over me. Once I was blind, whoa, whoa, whoa. Now I see how life goes by so fast. Nothing's meant to last. Oh, life goes by so fast. forever.
Very nice. I need to have like a microphone right here. When I clap, Brian puts on like 14 different delays and stuff on there. It just sounds weird when we're in the studio by ourselves. So very nice. Very nice to start off with.
Thank you.
So kind of a chance meeting with you and I. We met at the War Trace Music Festival this last Saturday. And she walks out and I'm like, I know her from somewhere. Well, come to find out you were playing there last year. Is that correct?
I did.
Which band were you with?
It was me.
With you? Okay.
It was me.
On the second
I was the
month.
opening act.
Okay. So
yeah, in July of last year, yes.
Yeah. So her shots are on our Facebook page. So like I knew I recognized her from somewhere. Didn't realize that she was part of the band from a year ago. So pretty cool. So we got to meet, and we may have some work for this young lady because we found out she's a photographer also as well. So, and that's another message going out there, calling all photographers anywhere you are in the United States. If you're interested in doing some internship, we'd love to get you part of the family. So you can message us that on Facebook. But we're looking for photographers everywhere there's music, because there's music everywhere, and we want to cover it all. Unfortunately, there's just not enough of us yet. So we need your help. Jenny, let's start talking from the beginning. Where was home first for you?
Well, I'm originally born and raised Middle Tennessee.
Okay.
Grew up in Watertown, Tennessee.
Wow.
Yeah. So, in Nashville, Hendersonville, ended up down here. Currently, I live in Normandy. Been there about 3.5 years.
Okay.
In the middle of country, out near the dam over there.
Oh, you're right by the dam, are you?
I always end up living near a lake. I don't know why. I guess it's the Pisces.
That's a beautiful area out there, though.
It really is.
Now, you notice you're from Middle Tennessee, and you're not from, because nobody out there calls it Normandy. They all call it Normandy.
I thought that was fiction. I didn't know that was.
Yeah, they all do that.
I gotta say it like that now.
Yeah, yeah, they're all so we got to get you beefed up a little bit on some gain here. So we're going to have to do the Debbie Champion thing. So we're going to have to make sure you're into the mic and get you up in there. So,
okay.
Yeah, a lot of people, it's like Shelbyville out there. They forgot that there's a Y, Shelbyville. Yeah, Shelbyville, Normandy. Shelbyville.
Yeah, you can tell I'm not from there.
Yeah. I was going to say
I didn't even know the town existed before.
Yeah.
It was crazy. But.
And they're both cool places.
Yeah.
Both cool places. A lot of history there in Normandy.
Yes. War Trace as well.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's pretty cool. Now, Normandy and Shelbyville and all that, they're pretty close with 10 miles apart from each other? 15
I'd say I'm 20 minutes from Shelbyville, and I'm 5 miles from Tullahoma.
Okay.
It's 20 minutes here, so I'm right smack dab in the middle of all of that.
Okay.
That's how I tell people where I'm at. They still don't get it.
Yeah. Well, when we promote the radio station out anywhere from outside of here, we go to Alabama or whatever, and people go, "Oh, where are you from?" We go, "Oh, Manchester, Tennessee." Unless they know the Bonnaroo, they look at you like, "What?" I mean, we just go, "Nashville." We're close enough to Nashville, so
yeah.
We're an hour out, but we're close enough. So, what got you going into the music? Well, how old were you, and what started it?
I started playing guitar when I was 11.
11. Okay.
As long as I can remember, music was in my life. I grew up watching Hee Haw like most people. It's almost cliche, but I watched it from the age of 4 that I can remember until it went off the air.
Okay.
In the late 80s. So, yeah, it was always a big deal every year. Every Saturday, I was sitting there and I just watched everybody play. I was like, it's this magical sound, And then you had the sounds of the 70s were a blessing too. So melding those, like the Eagles and Fleetwood Mac and all that, it really made a mark on me. So I'm like, what does all this mean? But it sounds beautiful,
Oh, yeah.
I didn't know what the songs were about. I didn't care at that age. Found out later, and I'm like, well, drama makes good songs.
Yeah.
So
sometimes bad things make great songs.
They do. And bless their hearts, Fleetwood Mac was a wreck. But
yep.
Train wreck. But yeah, it just kind of started there. Someone let me borrow a guitar. I was too afraid to ask my parents for one.
Okay.
Because I didn't know the quality of a guitar then. I found that out much later. So they got me a little baby one when I was in 4th grade and stuff like that. And fingers just ugh.
Oh, yeah.
But it finally hit me when John Lennon got assassinated in the 80s.
Right.
1980.
Yeah.
And my heart just went to him, you know.
Were you old enough to remember that?
Yeah.
I was watching Monday Night Football when Howard Cosell announced it live.
I heard it at school the next day. I'm like, who are these Beatles? Who are these Beatles? You know, I knew who Paul McCartney was.
Yeah.
And started researching, got fascinated with it because I like history, music history.
Oh, yeah.
And just got into the Beatles for like, geez, I missed the whole 80s music just about because I was tied up with the Beatles.
That's not a bad thing.
No, it was good stuff.
You'll find out that a lot of the 80s music came because of the Beatles.
Yeah.
Not the style or the sound,
Absolutely.
but because they were influenced to get into music because they heard the Beatles.
Absolutely. And they didn't read music and stuff. You know, if it weren't for George Martin, they wouldn't know what a chart was or anything like that. So I thought, well, if they can do it, I can do it. So it just kind of started there. I didn't learn a lot of their songs right away because I didn't want to embarrass them. So I just picked up Lovin' Spoonful songs and stuff like that. Real easy, other 60s. Because the Beatles spawned off into the Byrds and everything else.
Right.
You know, so.
Yeah, and they'll tell you that. They'll tell you,
that 12-string guitar sound, that Rickenbacker.
Yeah.
It's amazing. Hypnotic.
Yeah.
Anyway, not many people know what that is. I do. I know what I know what a Gretsch sounds like. I know what a Fender sounds like. I know what Gibson sounds like.
They have their unique sounds.
It's a problem. Yeah.
It's a problem. It's a problem.
Oh, it's a Gretsch. And nobody knows what that is.
So who's your favorite band out of all that? Would you still say it's a country or is it the rock and roll, the 60s stuff?
Like I said, it grew from there.
Okay.
So I'm not bored, but I'd want more.
Right.
It was a good drug, you know?
Yeah.
And so by the time I graduated from high school, I was kind of getting into the pop country thing. Because they were having that new stuff like Foster and Lloyd. Do you remember them?
Mm-hmm.
Rodney Foster is awesome, his voice, and he's still around, and I follow him. And just started there. And the Judds, when I was in high school, they just, they made a lot of stuff happen. And they just made it look really cool.
That's cool.
So it took a long time before I would play in front of anybody or anything like that. I spent years in my room. But that's where it started. I mean, and then when I got out of high school, it was Foster and Lloyd, Natalie Merchant, and 10,000 Maniacs.
Oh,
It was REM. I've got a list here, so I won't forget anybody. Indigo Girls made the biggest mark on me. I saw two girls playing guitars like dudes, very well. And they owned it. It was just the two of them, I was like, awesome, I can do that. So that's when I started writing.
That's
really
cool.
Started seriously writing. Found my niche then.
I love how our careers begin, our lives in music start. And there's always that spark, that creates the flame. But what was the spark, And for everybody, it's different ways to get here. But it's always cool. Somebody they heard or watched on TV. To me, it was the Beatles. And in my journey, Beatles to me was my favorite band of all time. And if you say favorite band, I'm going to tell you the Beatles. If you say who's the best rock band, I'm going to tell you Led Zeppelin. So, but see, I went through that metamorphosis too. The Beatles and I'm like, wow. Then I got into the Vanilla Fudge and Cream and later on in years, the Stone Temple Pilots and Van Halen and the blues stuff with Stevie Ray Vaughan. So it's kind of cool how we kind of go from a little cocoon to a butterfly, but there's a lot of great music in between those 2 points. And today I'm still listening to stuff that my son comes out and goes, "Hey, Dad, check this out," and I'm like, "Who is this?" And then you find out, man, that's not bad. That's not bad. So it's a pretty cool little journey we go on. So let's get back into some more music if you don't mind. Jenny, pick another tune you'd like to play.
Well, this one, when I first moved here 3.5 years ago to Normandy, I used to do a cut through I work in Nashville still, not the same job, but anyway, I used to always run in late. There's a road called Bug Scuffle.
Okay.
And it's tiny, I call it a paved holler, but there's a 1-lane bridge out there. You have to wait for somebody to go across before you can cross it.
Okay.
It goes across this beautiful little creek that looks almost like a river. But I always thought, Dukes of Hazzard, wouldn't it be so much fun to drive this thing at 60 miles an hour with those banjos and everything playing in the background in the General Lee. Well, I don't have the General Lee, but I did drive it 60 miles an hour and plus.
Okay.
Back in the day. I don't anymore because it's just kind of scary.
Because you got wiser.
So I used to play in War Trace a lot at a place called the Pickin' Chicken. Now there's the Iron Horse. Okay. I thought one day I'm going to write a song about Bug Scuffle, and it's got to be a line dance, man. It's got to be a line dance.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to do a little blues thing on it, and Joey Fletcher out of Murfreesboro is a killer slide guitar player. I brought him in the studio. And this song is on the last album. It's called the Bug Scuffle Shuffle.
Okay.
Ain't doing time for no one when the working day is through. I'm out the door when the whistle blows, heading home where there ain't no blues. Feel a shovel, duck rivers are running now, Bug Scuffle around. $2.69, make a turn on Vine, take a trucker's route to right. It's a 1.5 lane into 500 running along side the field shovel, chasing the train down, Bug Scuffle around. Chasing the train down, Bug Scuffle around. Feel shovel, na 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 na, Bug Scuffle around.
So weird not hearing any of those claps. It's just sad. It's just odd. So all you out there that's listening, make sure you're clapping at home for her. We'll hear the virtual clap in our heads, okay? So you're talking, Saturday night we were talking and you actually had a recording studio that you were recording at, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about who the recording studio. Is that released yet out and available for us? Or
yes,
how can we get it?
It was released last October.
Okay.
The album is called Sage. It's available on my website, jennyjohnsonmusic.net.
Okay.
It was recorded in War Trace, and by two dear friends of mine. Jerry Fox produced it.
The Jerry Fox. We know Jerry.
The Jerry Fox, yes.
Yep.
Very, very pleased to have him on the project. You do your best.
Yep.
And he did just that. And Harry Kellogg engineered it. A lot of fun. Took us about 8 months. We began it before the pandemic started.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, we're just going to finish it. Got to finish it. So it's 7 songs, EP, basically, but I call it a full album.
Right.
Very much a labor of love. And it's just kind of a hodgepodge, but it's got a good beginning and an end. It's got a flow. It's like a movie.
Okay. So is it a collaboration of songs you've written for over the years, or just for this record, seeing how it's kind of a theme?
There was one song in particular. Jerry used to play bass for me a lot. We used to play at Pickin' Chicken, and he was like, he loved the song I had, Feels Like Tonight. And he's like, that song's really commercial. He says, if you ever want to redo that, you didn't like my original recording of it. And that's all right. And he wanted to do some other things to it, and it actually worked out. There was one point where he really pushed me, and it came out a lot better. And it just kind of grew from there. One song turned into the album. So
A lot of solo stuff, or you play with a band at all?
I have a guitar player, Andy Walker. I've recently joined on with him. He is a part of Walking Man Entertainment. It's his little cooperative he has developed. It's basically musicians working together.
Okay.
Helping out on people's demos, helping with songwriting, help to get gigs. It's a very cool thing you don't hear a lot about.
Right.
Cooperatives. I think it goes with the farming thing around here.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's pretty cool. But he's my lead guitar player, and we get people he's got his own band. We'll pull his guys in. I've got guys in Nashville. So wherever we are, we just pull people together.
That's cool.
But mostly I play solo, just because it's easy.
Yeah.
It's hard to get used to people standing around you. But it's a lot of fun. So much fun.
Oh yeah. The other than the Pickin' Chicken that was there, what other venues do you like to hang out at? You've talked about the Iron Horse. Is that the old Pickin' Chicken, or is that different location?
It's different location, just right down the way.
Okay.
It's now
anything in Wartrace is literally just right down the way.
I call it a half square.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, they've made it's biker themed.
Okay.
Hence Iron Horse, but this is like Shelbyville's like the walking horse capital of the world, so they kind of punned in on that a little bit.
Right.
Motorcycle themed pizza, great pizza. Always have craft beer on tap.
Okay.
And it's just a fun little place. I know the people that own it, so
I heard they got good pizza there. I haven't tried it yet.
They do. I recommend the Low Boy.
The Low Boy?
So, I don't like white sauce pizzas, but this is very delicious.
Really?
Very delicious.
Oh, we'll have to try that out one of these times.
I can't get away from it. I don't know if anything else is good.
Well, if you like what you like, stick with it, right?
That's right. Stick with what you know.
Yep, exactly. I guess we're having another event back there in July.
Yeah, July. I believe it's going to be on the 17th.
The 17th.
Don't quote me on that, but there is supposed to be another one, as far as I know.
I will not be at that one. My son is getting married in Indianapolis, so
I'm sure there'll be evidence filmed.
Yeah, so I'm going to rely on some photographers to help me out probably for that one. So, and we want to give a shout out to a photographer. Erin is one of our photographers based out of Wartrace there, and bless her heart, she had a car wreck a week ago Saturday. Banged up her knee, broke part of her hand. Tough little girl. She handled through it. She's done well, but she was there Saturday night taking pictures, and looked like she could fall over, asleep any second because she's pretty sore, pretty banged up. But
glad she's okay.
Yeah, she's doing well. So, Erin, our hearts go out for you. You did a great job. Bless your heart. She was shooting an event for me in Nashville all day that day. It was just not far from the place where she was going to stay the night when the car wreck happened. So, but everyone's fine. The vehicle's not so much. The telephone pole's not so much, but we can replace those. So
absolutely.
She's doing good. So, Erin, if you're listening, come on, hop along. Rest and relax the rest of this week, and then hit it next week. So, busting into another tune. If you don't, what do you call this one, Jenny?
This one is off the new album. It's called The Same River. It's about doing the right thing.
Taking the long way around, but I'm ready. Oh, I'm ready to get my feet on solid ground. In the middle of somewhere, babe, I'm ready. play the part, ended up the fool. Now there's no sense and no second chance for compromise. You'll never stand beside the same river twice. Oh no. Now drifting out to sea, well I'm ready. Oh, I'm ready now to toss away the doubt. No one to blame but me, but I'm ready. Oh, I'm ready to try and figure this thing out. I've seen things that'll make you a believer right now. Well, I've been to California looking for the things I knew. Tried to play the part and ended up the fool. Now there's no sense in second guessing, no second chance for compromise. You'll never stand beside the same river twice. No, there's no sense in second guessing, no second chance for compromise. You'll never stand beside the same river twice. Oh no.
I was jumping on my phone there to check posts and stuff because my monitor here in the studio is completely down. So you really don't realize how much you rely on watching the numbers and settings and all the EQ and stuff on there. And then the comments and, you know, it's a blank TV to me right now. So I'm relying purely on my phone. Well, I look at my phone and I have nothing on my phone. Just the site that video you playing, everything's fine. There's people in the corner watching, no comments or nothing. Now, so I backed out saying, people that I know is watching, are you watching us tonight?
Folks are speechless.
And I come back on and all of a sudden, boom, it all just lit up. So thank you, Doug. Thank you, Holly. Thank you, Rebecca. Thank you, as the list goes on. So I'm sorry. I was just kind of freaked out a little bit. All of a sudden, like everything technical was just kind of going crazy. And then Brian's
you're getting the same thing that I get. I cannot see anybody during the live stream. After the show's over, I can see everybody. So that's why I always comment or like after, because Facebook's crap. So.
And send your cards and letters to the IT guru.
Yeah, Mark Zuckerberg, send your letter to me, brother. We got some things to talk about your service.
Yeah, usually it's me the one getting in trouble, but tonight it's Brian, and that's okay.
That's right.
Take a little heat off me. Take a little heat off there. So all the people that are, we're having a little computer issues and little glitches here and there. So just bear with us. Apparently, stuff likes to update while we're in the middle of our show. So, but hang on there. She's doing a great job. She's going to be, it'll be archived, and maybe we can, figure out what's going on with this thing. So, but thank you everybody that's, finally responding on my phone, because I'm like going, I normally have like all these people lining up going, oh, she's good, or tell her that so-and-so said hi, and I look at the screen, I got nothing. I'm like going, I got no screen there, I got nothing here. Just a little crazy for me. So, but the Midnight Madness show is streaming on there, so we're good. So, is there anybody out there you want to say hi to? Did you tell family or friends?
I did. I called my daddy today. I said, this is how you get there.
Okay.
So
good.
My mom and dad, Robert and Wanda Johnson, are out there in Watertown. Hello.
Good.
And all my peeps on Facebook, if y'all are tuning in, thank you so much.
Make sure you say hi to her, and like her stuff. Let's talk social media. We know what the website is, which is JennyJohnsonMusic.net, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
You do a Facebook page. You do Twitter, Instagram, any of that?
Yeah, I've got a music page too, Jenny Johnson Music. I did a cross post for that. I led people to that. Too.
Good.
A lot of people don't know I have that.
Okay.
The comment that was made about Facebook, I'm not going to echo that. But they have their requirements and. The website I do a blog on, which I need to get back to doing. There's 2 right now. It's just the world as I see it. Try to keep it positive because all the stuff going on in the world. Instagram, I'm Jenny Johnson Music, and just share pictures and stuff like that every now and then.
Okay. Now, the pictures you took Saturday night, where can we find those? Do you keep a library of those, or that's your personal?
I will put them out. I got them all uploaded, and Asher wants to see them. I went to shoot Asher Cataldo, as a matter of fact, and so I got some of him and his brother and stuff, and I'm going to put them up. I was going to send it. He wants to see them, so I don't have a photography site anymore, but I may put it on the website just as a little tab.
Yeah. Now, Asher, you were talking about. Mm-hmm. Now, are you family or friends with him? Is that
very good friends?
Very good friends. Now, I know 50 of them in that family.
I've not met them all.
And they're all like super genius talented.
They are. It's crazy.
Now, I don't know if it was a sister or a wife, but she had a baby that she was walking around War Trace with.
Mm-hmm. I missed that one.
That was, I don't know how you say it, but it's like a synthetic baby doll that feels real. It's weighted the same weight as a baby at that same age. It's kind of like, I thought it was something that a kid would get when they're going through parenting classes in high school.
That's right.
But this was like the most realistic baby I've ever had in my hands that wasn't real. And you touch his face and it looked real. And one of the Asher's family made that.
Oh, really?
Made it from scratch.
Yeah, they're all a creative bunch. All a bunch of genius.
I'm like, so you're artistic? And oh, yeah, I work with concrete. I work with... What? Mm-hmm. You make a synthetic baby? I don't even know if it's synthetic, so I'm probably way off. But that whole family is apparently super talented. That's kind of wild. Then there's others out there that, you listen to them going, yeah, I can't even play the radio, That's, my brother's one of those. He says, I can't play the radio. I can barely play the radio. He loves music. He drops needles on LPs. But if you put a tool in his hand, he's a wizard.
My daddy's the same way. My daddy should have been an engineer. Yep. He's a master carpenter, jack of all trades and master about all of them.
There you are. Now, what do you want to do with your music career? Are you wanting to be that front person artist? Do you want to be a producer or engineer? All the above? What do you want to do with this?
Well, I produced my first album, basically. Give or take 2 tracks. So I've done that. I love recording, the art of that, but I don't live in a quiet enough space to do that full time. Right. And it's great to go somewhere else and do that and take in the atmosphere of a kind of room that an engineer can create. It's really cool. So I enjoy getting out and about. For years, I've just done writing and playing. I enjoy being a front person. I've done duos. I've done just about everything I've set out to do.
Okay.
I've released 3 albums, and not many have heard all of them. But this last one I'm really, really proud of. The second one's great, too. I've just not got it I haven't got it pressed up, for distribution. Okay. And it will be on the site, too, at some point. Everything will be up there. But I just love collaborating. Like 8 years ago, I started co-writing with people. Before that, it was just me alone. It'd take you 6 months to write a song alone, sometimes, depending on how in-depth you want to go with it. But you can walk in a room with somebody like Asher, who got together a year ago. Love Texas. Write a song about Texas.
There you go.
And it was awesome. And so it's just fun. And sometimes it doesn't work.
Yeah.
For the most part, it does.
And
it's
you'll
great.
find those ones that you click with, too.
Absolutely.
Like maybe Asher you can click with. And some it's kind of hard. It's just like any other thing. But when there's magic between 2 people, Lennon McCartney kind of example.
Yes. It took them a while to find that.
Yeah.
But when it did, it was
Look
bam,
out.
couldn't
Yeah,
stop
look
them.
out. Yeah, that's amazing. Can you imagine what would have happened if John wouldn't have been assassinated? They could have lasted another 15, 20 years.
I would love to see them reunite. I'd love to see their kids get together now and do a super group.
And why would they not? Oh, my God. They would be, if you put 5 of them, there's 5 of them that are still musical. If you'd put those 5 in a room, and they all played the right instruments, they all could play different things. Can you imagine the money that they would make? Just the money alone? I mean, they would outdo any band in the world off of one album. They'd blow Pink Floyd out of the water. Whether they'd be as good as Pink Floyd, we don't know. Good as their dads? Probably not.
I just wonder what they would.
Well, Rebecca and I went to Jeff Lynne's ELO concert.
Oh, I love it.
And I've always loved ELO, and Jeff Lynne's phenomenal. Of course, he had that great kinship with George.
Yes.
Of course, he did with a lot of others, but he had a great kinship with George. But he had Danny was his opening act, and Danny comes out, looks like his dad.
Just like it.
Nothing at all sound like his dad at all.
John doesn't either.
Yeah, and he was totally different. It was good. I don't know if I'd rush out and buy anything off of Danny, other than it's George's son. But I mean, he wasn't bad. But then he sang his dad's part on the Traveling Wilburys song, and the crowd just went hysterical because it's a Harrison, So, but you imagine if you had Danny and Sean or Julian, put both of them together, and then you got the Starkey boy, Zach Starkey. I've watched him play, and then he's played with the Who forever, longer than any other drummers combined, probably for the Who. Super group. What would they call themselves? I don't know, but it'd be All in the Family is what I call it. Yeah, the children. Yeah, we're the ones. So let's get back to you being the one. Let's go ahead and pick off another tune real quick.
All right, speaking of that song that Asher and I wrote, I'm going to try to play that for you. This one's called Austin, Texas.
Watching my markers blowing by the window, 20 miles south of Tupelo, still got a long, long way to go. Gas tank's getting hungry, and I've been getting low on money. Let it all on the shores down the road. There was a time to turn back, it would have been 2 towns ago. I keep my headlights pointed south. In this rodeo I see sunshine, blue skies that light up my eyes. It's been a rough ride, a steep climb, but these old dreams of mine, it always made me feel so restless. Until I make it to Texas. If you get to talking about me every now and then, all I can hope is you say that you knew me way back when. But now I'm making good time, and I got mountains left to climb. The sundown I see the pretty city lights of Austin. If there was a time to turn back, it would have been 2 towns ago. I keep my headlights pointed south. In this rodeo I see sunshine, blue skies that light up my eyes. It's been a rough ride, a steep climb, with these old dreams of mine. You always made me feel so restless. Till I make it to Texas. I don't care if it's a small town bar or a big time stage, and if I get to play it all, I know I got me. As I see the sunshine, blue skies, the light of my eyes. It's been a red ride, a steep climb, with these old dreams of mine. And now and then I still feel restless, like a wild Mustang without whip, that fences. Yeah, I made it in Texas. God bless Texas. Ooh, 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 ooh.
I don't know if Brian had a direct line to Mark Zuckerberg or not, but right in the middle of that, my phone just went right to the main screen. The video showed it was still up in the corner, but just all by itself, just went to. Yeah, so shame on you, Brian. You got Mark mad at me.
Yeah, okay.
Apparently, he cut Brian off. There he is. There's Brian. So he cut Brian completely off there for a minute, but that was weird. But playing guitar, who do you kind of like look towards when you play guitar? Do you like listen to a lot of different guitar players? Do you like a guitar player or many guitar players, or you just know the chords, you stay your own self? I know people that will not listen to other people.
I will not. I go to concerts. I used to go to concerts a lot, and I would just stand there and study the guitar players, everything they did. I would pick up things. I didn't talk during concerts. I don't either. I was at school. That's what I considered that.
Yep.
There's so many people, Emily Sailors, Indigo Girls, and Amy Ray. They used to play the crap out of those acoustics. I have a tendency to hit too hard, but I just get wound up. But Jim Babjack of Smithereens.
Okay.
Smithereens. He just simple, aggressive, that Gretsch Rickenbacker thing.
Oh, yeah.
He just knew how to make it. And he did so little. Peter Buck from REM, he had that jangly thing down.
Yeah.
There's so many, even, Chet Atkins. And George, too.
Yeah.
Harrison.
Oh, yeah.
Simple, but there,
there was a couple of females that I really, really admire their guitar work. Of course, one, Nancy Wilson from Heart. I mean, I just been blown away by her since the day I heard her play. And two, every interview I've ever seen with her, she's like the nicest girl on the planet. So hats off to Nancy. Ann's one incredible singer, but hats off to Nancy. But I tell you, there's a group out there right now called Larkin Poe. Have you never heard of them?
Yes.
Them two sisters can wail. They
Nothing
can wail.
like Sister Harmony.
Yes.
Nothing like it.
Yeah, they can wail.
Play and sing. Equal professional.
And I believe, and I don't have the lineup in front of me, and again, everything's crashed here, but and my memory is absolutely garbage anymore. But I believe, Brian, do you remember if Larkin Poe's at the Bonnaroo this year?
I don't know.
They were scheduled. They were scheduled to be there last year.
I've not seen the lineup.
Yeah, I think they are at the Bonnaroo this year, so I'm looking forward to seeing them on the big stage because we seen them in Nashville. Same place we saw the Rival Sons like a year or maybe the same year the Rival Sons play. I was blown away by the Rival Sons. Then I see the Rival Sons at the Bonnaroo on the big stage, on the main stage. I thought that was way cool. And then Larkin Poe was supposed to be there last year. And then, of course, 2020 became 2020. But I think they're coming back there to the Bonnaroo this year, I believe. So I'll watch. But if people aren't out there that don't know Larkin Poe, check them out. Larkin Poe. They're all over Facebook. And then Brian, we'll do a little commercial here. Brian is going to be in Muscle Shoals coming up. Muscle Shoals, Florence, Sheffield, Tuscumbia, they're all right there the same. This coming weekend is the Helen Keller Festival. So that is actually in Tuscumbia, Brian? The stage?
It is.
Okay. So, what's the name of the park, Brian? Do you remember the park offhand?
I don't know. I'm producing the show. I don't know this stuff.
Okay.
I mean,
and see,
I don't know.
I don't know. My computer, everything's down to pop up and take a look at it. We know where it's at, but look at Helen Keller Festival. It'll give you the address on their website. But the main artist there is Lindsay L. Oh, you're going to want to go see. She's a young girl. Opens up for Keith Urban, so if she can open up for Keith Urban.
Keith is a great guitar player.
Yeah, he's a phenomenal guitar player, and he called Lindsay the female.
Really,
She
there's
could
a
wait.
lot of female guitar players out there. Young girls just tearing it up.
Just scary what talent they have. So, but check that out. That's coming up this weekend. And again, it's in Tuscumbia. It's at the park there in Tuscumbia. Look up the Helen Keller Festival. You won't be hurt if you go down there and see a Lindsay L. just blow it away. Her Facebook the other day, she had a picture up there and said, if you don't like this picture, don't look at the next. And the first picture was an X-ray with her toe completely separated where she broke her toe on her foot. Not pretty. Had to be painful. But she's still out there playing. She's been performing ever since. Now she's in a walking boot. I don't know how much she's going to be jumping around on stage coming up this weekend. But I saw a picture of her with her knee on a stool cranking it at one of the festivals in South Carolina or something a couple of days ago. So folks down there in Tuscumbia, be ready because Lindsay L is coming to town, and she's one of the nicest people you ever meet. So go down there and check her out. You'll enjoy that. And I'll be doing the reggae at Stonewood. So from Brian's side down there, pictures from my side up here. We're just going to have a blast. So check out our website, wfmcjams.com, for all the pictures. You'll be happy to see some of these great artists. Let's see what kind of time frame we have here, because usually that's up in front of me. Let's see. Looks like time for one more song. So why don't you pick one out and dazzle us a little bit about it and then play it.
First of all, I want to thank having me on
Oh,
today. It was a pleasure meeting you the other night. I love how you just run into people, and we had a nice conversation. Some great things, so I appreciate it very much.
I just think it's weird how the music business works, but I'm not shy. I talk to anybody and everyone. And usually, you know what my biggest icebreaker is when I meet people? I see the shirts they wear, and we comment on the shirts. And so you go, hey, nice shirt, and they're all tickled to death, like, great. And it might be a band I don't even like, but it's a cool shirt, But it's just a way to get to talk to them. But I knew you from somewhere. And
I've got twins all over Middle Tennessee. I've heard that for years too.
But
I had a hat on. How did you? I was in incognito.
Yeah.
But I had a cool shirt on.
Yeah, you had a cool shirt on, but you looked awful familiar. But it led to us getting you onto the show, as well as possibly some photography work coming your way. We'd love to have that. So go ahead, Jenny. Tell us what this one's about.
This one's a couple of years old. When I first started living life with adult friends and stuff outside of school, you have different relationships then.
Mm-hmm.
This is just, I became very aware of how people come and go in your life. Some people stay, a lot of them don't, but it's not always a bad thing.
Right.
Just, people get married, people move away, But this was kind of like my tribute to them, all my friends at the time. I can't remember exactly when the song was. I want to say 1992.
Okay.
But most folks like it. It's had some radio play in Gallatin and in Lebanon as well.
Okay.
I just enjoy playing. This one is called
No one cared what time it was at the start. The amazing grace of these let our hearts together. Remember, see the light through sleepy eyes. There's a place for you and I. Where did we go when the innocence died? Filling now empty spaces left by those with lovely faces. I swore I'd never cross that line. Maybe things were more simple then. We were just friends. Maybe then we were only children. With the blacks and blues that we knew, the streets that we belonged to. It's true how I love the springtime with you. And filling up empty spaces left by fools with lovely faces, I swore I'd never cross that line. Filling up empty spaces left by fools with lovely faces, I swore I'd never cross that line. Every now and then someone waltzes in, turns your life around, and they're gone again. Filling up empty spaces left by fools with lovely faces, I swore I'd never cross that line. Filling up empty spaces left by fools with lovely faces, I swore I'd never cross that line. No.
All right, that's Jenny Johnson, everybody. Jenny, thank you for being part of the family now.
Thank you. It's good to be here.
We're so glad in such a short notice to get you on, but it works out. Things work out for a reason. It's just kind of weird how that all does that. Get an opening and Jenny's right there, like, hey, I've got a spot for you. So thank you for short notice. But I tell people in the business out there, the young folks especially, you got to be ready. You never know when you might get a call or my son Adam played guitar. You met him here a little bit ago. He ended up, was it last week? 2 weeks ago? 2 weeks ago, I think it was. He got a notification like, hey, we need a rhythm guitar player for this band. He went practice on Wednesday night, Thursday night in the studio rehearsal hall in Murfreesboro. Played and opened up in front of the band Trapped Friday night, which had a big hit back in the mid-'90s. 2 days worth of practice, rhythm guitar. We're opening for used to be a headliner. Okay. You don't know. So you just stay
Never
ready.
pass up an opportunity, I've learned.
Yep. You just don't know.
It's
tonight,
always, number one, it's always fun to play. Second of all, you never know where it'll lead.
And we've seen that over and over again in this
absolutely.
business. So
that's the magic of the music.
Yep. So people, be ready. So when your number is called or it's your turn, you need to take advantage of it. I know people who put it off and never got an opportunity back. So right. If this is what you want to do, be ready. So thank you for short notice taking this. And then we want to say goodbye for tonight to our good friends down there in Muscle Shoals, Alabama, to alabamajams.com. We want to say hello and goodbye to Chris at heatfmradio.com out of New York. Thank you guys for both putting us on the air tonight. I want to say later to my little taters up there in Indianapolis, Holly and Amelia. I love you too. I'll see you shortly. We're going to get a son married off up there, so I'll be up there next month. So, and then to Rebecca and Catherine down here, I'll see you soon. Love you guys. Brian, thank you for producing the show. Did a great job. Sorry we had a blackout on the monitor here, which is kind of weird for me, and I'm asking you questions, and I can't see nothing. He can't see nothing. So, just weird. But
so I'm going to be playing at Common John's over on July 3rd.
Oh, right up the street.
Yep.
July the 3rd.
July 3rd.
And we are booked on that night, too, so I would say we'd come up there and see you. But,
6 to 10, so...
All right, so Common John's right here in Manchester. It's a new microbrewery.
Common John's Brewing Company.
I haven't yet been there.
Brewing
Company. So yeah, I haven't yet been there, but it's over there by what's that? The Manchester Rec Center. It's right over there by
behind it. It's nestled off the road. You have to look.
Yeah, you kind of got to hunt for it, but it's back there. So
very nice place, nice staff. Y'all should.
Well, we wish you the best that night. Y'all be safe this week. We'll catch you at the next Midnight Madness show next week. So with all that, y'all take care and you have a great night. Bye.